So today I'm going to show you how we use the Robo Coupe CL52 E-Series to shred lettuce. Over here I've got some iceberg lettuce washing. We're also going to be doing some romaine lettuce, and we're going to be doing that at our restaurant Tumbleweeds here, located 894 Stevens Drive in Richland, Washington. The CL52 comes with many different attachments and components. Today we're going to be shredding lettuce that we use for our taco salads, tacos, soft tacos, burritos, etc. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the, I'm not sure what this is called, but it's kind of like the chute. It fits on here nice and snug. There's a little fitting here. And this is going to be what shoots the product out as it's spinning. We're going to be putting on the 1-inch dicer plate. These do come in different sizes. For instance, we have a 1/8 dicer plate that we use for dicing tomatoes and onions. Today we're just going to use that 1-inch dicer plate. It's got blades on one side and it's touchable on the other side. You just fit that right into that little nook there. We're going to be using a 1-inch slicer. You can see there's like a 1-inch gap there with the blade. These blades are detachable, cleanable, and replaceable fairly easily with just these 2 screws here. We do that about once every 2 months or so. Just give it a little spin until it falls down into place. We're going to put the main chute component on here now. I'm going to lock this into place. I'm going to put the hinge right through this. Allows this to hinge up like this. We won't be needing, see, this lifts up as well. We won't be needing this piece here when we do lettuce. This is for doing like tomatoes and onions, and it provides a little wall that the product stops so it can feed it down the chute here. Call this good on the water. So now we've got it assembled, we've got it plugged in, we've got the head on. A lot of times what I like to do is put a little bit of mineral oil on this rod here. And you can see that that makes for an easier time there. Little pro tip. And then we're going to start preparing the lettuce for shredding. So I'm back with you. We're going to be shredding lettuce with this Robo Coupe CL52. I've washed the lettuce, and I like to let it drain for a little bit so that it's not totally saturated over here. And at our restaurant, we do a 50-50 romaine iceberg blend. And so all that means for us is that we're shredding a little bit of romaine, a little bit of iceberg for our lettuce for the day. So you fill the chute, you close it. It's not going to turn on immediately. You're going to have to press the power button. Once you press the power button, it remains on for like a 30-second delay. I'll show you what that's about here in a second. So when you open it, it turns off as a safety feature. When you close it, it turns back on so that you can load. If you don't load it for like 30 seconds, then you'll have to hit that power button again. So it's pretty simple. It's also naturally safe. Obviously, you don't want to put your hands in there. I like to just catch it in the bucket here. It's naturally safe. There's not a lot of areas where you're going to hurt yourself, and it doesn't turn on until this is closed. We've been using the Robo Coupe for years, and it's a major time saver, depending on how much lettuce that you're going to be shredding, or tomatoes. In our restaurant, we do about 200 pounds of tomatoes a week, about 100 pounds of onions. We've even diced potatoes with this, with the different blades you can choose. If you'd like a big potato, like if you're doing like a hash brown, or like a small potatoes O'Brien or something along those lines. They also have different fittings where you can slice different vegetables. Let me get some more romaine up here. Okay, our lettuce is done now. It looks absolutely gorgeous. This machine is a mess, but it did its job. We shredded 2 cases of lettuce in approximately 15 minutes. And now, before we go to clean it up, I just wanted to show you that you disassemble it in the same way that we put it together. And before I clean it, I like to leave everything the way that it is, because some product gets stuck right in here. Take that lid off. You have to be super careful of this blade here. I just do a little shimmy here. It's pretty easy, just usually have 2 hands. And I like to knock off all that stuff so that it's not wasted product. And then with this thing here, I just kind of do one of these numbers. And all this product here. With lettuce, there's not a significant amount of waste, but if you don't do this step with like tomatoes and onions, you could have a good, 4 cups or so of product that gets stuck here in this chute. So I like to take care of this stuff before I move on to cleaning it. And I'll be right back to show you how to clean it. So when it comes to cleaning these, they don't give you much direction. They just say wipe out with like a warm, soapy water towel. But a lot of the stuff gets stuck on the inner workings of this thing. There's a lot of crevices. There's a little hole here. And so we have used like one of these ketchup squeeze bottles. We just fill it with hot sanitized water. And this thing's totally waterproof in here. And so we just take this little bottle here, put a little garbage down here, and use this bottle to get the majority of the stuff out. Like that. you'll still find that a lot of the stuff is stuck in there, and we have this old little thermometer that we use like as a poker, and it gets right in here where all this stuff gets caught. And if you can just loosen it enough, like that. And then we'll take our soapy hot water. Just one of these numbers on it. All in all, not too bad. I would call, total time from start to finish to do. Well, what did we do? We did 2 cases of lettuce, iceberg romaine, washed it, shredded it, and now clean up. We're talking about 20 minutes. That's pretty good compared to what we used to do, which is, hand shredding. It just makes a huge mess. This makes a fair mess, but it's really relatively easy to clean up. So all in all, the CL52 is an absolute labor lifesaver for us. We use it, like I said, for tomatoes, onions, lettuce. You can use it for cucumbers, potatoes. You can use it for all kinds of stuff. This would be one of those products that is highly, highly recommended for a high production kitchen. We simply wouldn't consider operating without it. Another notable mention is that the CL52 Robo dicer is something that we purchased probably about 5 years ago. It's extremely durable, reliable. We have never had an issue with it, and at most you have to replace blades pretty often. As the blades go out, it becomes a little less efficient. Overall, CL52